Shit, I think we actually did it. We got this motherfucking plane off the ground. Welcome to whatever's left of a show. I can't even pretend this is going to be fucking interesting to do for 2 minutes with you people, but I owe it to you to come on if this stream will hold. And I don't know, all the lighting is off in here. This is way too bright. Look how bright this is. Lighting up my arm, it makes me feel like I'm being abducted by an angel. It's really ruined my night. If you want me to see the chat room, I'm telling you to go to Twitch. I can't be bothered to keep up with this Facebook shit. Like, it doesn't refresh sometimes. Oh my god! And I'm watching the delayed video on Facebook, and it's just I can't even keep up with my social media networks. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even keep up with it. I was so fucking in a good mood to come on here tonight and just talk to you people and put some of the rumors to bed. And just chill, have a cool, chill AF night. Now I've got, somebody's just saying Twitch is down. I've pulled the plug on Twitch, which is sad. We were starting to make some traction there. We're about to hit 600 followers. That's cool. I don't know what's going on with that. And now, the Facebook one too. So it's like whoever's doing this, attacking our stream, attacking my ability to broadcast, they know my IP address. They are somehow scanning my traffic. They are they can tell that I've been broadcasting on Facebook now, and they can figure out what port I'm doing that from and block it. I don't know how, I don't even know where you begin to hire botnets to do that kind of, I can't imagine. But you must be really proud of yourself. I had 2K onion rings on Twitch. Yeah, I'm saying go use Twitch for the chat. I don't want to do this Facebook shit. If anything, we can do simultaneous Twitch and Facebook is what I'd like to do. I think we can get it Twitch, Facebook, Instagram Live, and Periscope all simultaneously. That would be the dream. And you'd have to attack all the connections at the same time. So we're connected now at 4 megabits per second. I pay for about 50 up, I think, and a gigabit down. But I'm watching it. It looks like garbage. So I don't understand what's going on. Have you updated Firefox firewall? That might be the problem. No, I haven't even thought about that. But actually, it makes me angry for you to even bring it up. I don't like. I'm very in a bad way. First of all, this stuff with Ty Rivera, people love it. But we've had some weird stuff happening with it. I don't know if I can even get into it tonight. Josh Denny has been brought into this on a couple different fronts. Number one, Josh is like sticking up for Ty on Twitter, but not really mentioning me or calling me out. He just kind of like, Ty is one of the best comics. You got to see him. And then I think to like prove his point, to like prove that Ty is one of the best comics, he links to the video that we go over in detail on show number 1340. It hasn't been made public yet at the time you're seeing this live. It'll be the next show. I put 2 shows up today. We got to catch up with this stuff because it's developing fast. But people are paying attention to the Ty stuff. I think it's really not going to tie one on. I see what you've done. But, you know, people like the Ty stuff. People like it, I think, when a bad man gets comeuppance. He's a bad man, dude. Like, you know, and not bad like Hitler bad, but he's not like a good person. And he walks around with this arrogance, this air of superiority. We didn't get to say this. Thanks for the subscription. The 2 people I think subscribed on our Twitch before we switched over to Facebook for the night. Will somebody do this too? Somebody copy the Facebook Live group post and go post it in our Facebook group. Take it from the page and post it in the group. You know, this is so fucking discombobulated. Like, if I go live, I have to pick a profile, a group, a page, you know? Like, why can't I go live to my stand-up page, Facebook page for the show? We've built this world with this technology that's supposed to make our lives easier. And we're just, like, none of it fucking quite works right. Do you know all these fucking guys who were on trial yesterday? The Tim Cook, the Zuckerberg, the Jeff Bezos, and then the Indian guy from Alphabet that nobody gives a fuck about. You know, they're all on trial for some sort of monopolization and hurting small business, predatory practices. All these kinds of things is what they're on trial for. And honestly, like when they got questioned, when they got grilled, their number one excuse or argument to why they weren't a monopoly was, look, we're here today with Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon, and you're saying we're all monopolies, but we all, you know, have our fingers in some of the same pots and crossovers. Like, how can you say Apple has a monopoly on phones when Google is here with Android? How can you say that Amazon, you know, has a marketplace that practices predatory practices to small businesses and unfair pricing strategies to run small businesses up? How can you say that when Apple's here on trial for charging 30% to developers in their app store? And you say that's too much and it puts small bit like how can any one of us have a monopoly? We're all bad and awful. It's like that was the main argument. And it's interesting to see it. And I think one of the most frustrating things for me, and I'm sorry, this has turned into a sad therapy session and not a show anymore. Because I really do think mental illness is a bigger problem. And people are going to come out on the other end of this thing, especially in the United States. If you're not seeing what's going on, you're out of your minds. Vote for change. Vote for Landry. Guys, let me ask you this. Do you live in Oklahoma? Ooh, bad break. Do you live in Tulsa? Things just went from shitstorm to worse. Am I right? I don't know who your politicians are there. I would never fucking live in Tulsa. I can't imagine what would have to go awry in my life for me to pack up my things and stop there, other than for directions to any other place. But if you do live there, I say go vote for Landry. Who's Landry? he's a comedian, but he's also a level-headed, nice man, you know. So I say go vote for him. I don't know what he stands for. He's sending me some yard signs. I said I'd do this because we're friends. Even if you don't vote for Landry, you know, come out and see him at a show. Sure, he's very funny. If we ever get back to comedy clubs, I'm supposed to be there, and sometime in September, he's supposed to open for me. That'd be great. I also, if you vote for him, I become vice president. I'm sure that vice council member. I don't know what happens when he gets elected, but the point is, the person who's in it now is probably a angry white man, and Landry is barely a man. Okay, he's certainly anything but angry, and even where he is angry on the inside, you know, manifests itself in false platitudes and smiles and joy. He'll tell you what you want to hear just to get elected. And I think that's the kind of guy we need right now. Not Kanye. You know what I mean? Kanye will tell you whatever you want to hear to go crazy in your dreams. Landry, he'll tell you what you want to hear so you can sleep better tonight. Vote Landry. Or don't, you know, there probably won't be much difference. I know Landry, and I approve this message. He's a nice man, you know, Mandry. Dude, I used to listen to this show when I was in fucking middle school. Yeah, me too, bro. Dylan Ellsburn. That can't be a real name. And just looking at your icon for your face, you look like one of Where the Wild Things Are. Welcome to Chill AF Fridays, okay? Chill As Fridays, only on the Nobody Likes Onions program. It's AMA night, you know? It's Bring Your Own Ranch. It's let's talk about it. Whatever you're into, I'm into. And I think it's best we don't get into any heavy drama shit tonight. You know, we don't need that. That's not what this is about. We're having a drink. We're crying. And we're really enjoying our nights. It's great to see a Dylan Klebold. That's a real deep cut, if anybody gets it. I will tell you this. There's been some developments as far as, you know, here's one of the things. There's a lot of sketchy shit that goes on in the comedy community in Las Vegas. And I don't think people want to talk about it. You have the number one thing, which is like comics are super full of themselves. I think there's a lot of comics here in Vegas who are really funny. And they don't need to be self-conscious and weird about it. And this goes from Butch Bradley to Ty Rivera all the way down the list, okay? Like, there's places for us all. This is a big city with a lot of stages. And if we worked hard to build each other up and be supportive, you know, things might get better. We've lost viewers from that. It's boring to be nice. But you got Ty. I won't tell you. I didn't prepare a doxing today, but you know, Ty. He's not what he pretends to be. He doesn't stand for what he pretends to be, and he's sabotaging comics. And he's doing it all under the guise of this "don't give a fuck, silly gay." That was a great trope back in the early 03s. But we've all worn thin of the parade gay stereotype. And yeah, TikTok getting banned from the States, sad stuff. Yep. Which brings me to a point which, you know, I don't think anyone saw coming tonight, especially the Queef Squad. First of all, shout outs to my boys Wes and Jonesy. It's their simultaneous birthday tonight. Hashtag Queef Squad. Happy birthday, boys. So yeah, thanks for coming out to that. What if I just did this for like an effect on the whole show? We pretended like it was recorded in a bunker in World War XII. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're hearing this, it's too late. Save yourselves. If you call, oh, it's kind of an auto-tune. You just turn it down. You sing it all around. You make it pretty in your mouth. That is bad. Yeah, we'll never do that again. I really apologize for that. Delete it out. Edit this out of the cast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a fuck about TikTok. But I will say this. Happy birthday, Jonesy and Wes. Weez. I think I may have made a mistake, and this is a big admission for me. And maybe he'll never hear it. You know, maybe this is going too inside baseball. And also, this is the kind of show that like doesn't get put out. Like, this is not a real show. You know, maybe this goes on the Overdose. This is a Friday. This is loose AF. Loose as Fridays. And then nobody, is that what I called it earlier? I can't fucking remember. I made a rule where I don't smoke weed an hour before a show anymore, but then when this thing went to shit, I packed the bong. And I got a glass and fired up the stuff. And you know what I don't like is that the Queef Squad, they're not participating in the chat now. They're all in some weird voice thing, which is not. Is this the apology to Denny? No. Actually, if Denny's, should we try to call Josh Denny live on a show? It's too late, right? It's rude. I love the idea that it's, you know, it's too rude to call this late. as if it's not rude. I'm really torn. Well, maybe we will get into this. We'll get the Loose AF, Loose's Feelings tonight on the Nobody Likes Onions Feel It show. And by the way, share this to your friends. You know, if you've got weirdo friends who you know are up Facebook trolling all night long, bring them on over. Come on over. We're live. Watch it live. Pour yourself a drink. Get in the chat. Type away. Ask some questions. Let's talk. We're just friends. Don't be weird about it. I don't need that kind of stuff. You're too fragile to call right now. What happened? This is how out of touch Curran is. You are really picking up the wrong vibes, my friend. I am not trying to tell you to call in. I am not telling you that we need to talk. I have done nothing but steer clear of the bullhorns attached to your ego. We've had enough of it, Curran, and I don't know how to tell you, but the Queef Squad, we've all been talking, and it's time for you to head on out. Pack your things. Is there a Twitch chat going? No, it's fragmented. We have none of our audience. But that's the way it is. That's the way the crookies crumble. Your Twitch stream summary is ready. Oh, your stream duration, 52 minutes, 39 viewers. So really, really good stuff. 2 subscriptions. How do you get 2 subscriptions out of a show that never started? Only I'm that good. That's pro shit. I couldn't see one. Yeah. I will tell you this, whoever's hacking me, by the way, this is going over my cell phone right now. So I don't know if they can hack this or not. But this was Branch's idea. This is an old trick I learned in the war, using nothing but an Apple Airport Express and a coffee can. Oh God! Imagine we all just did a suicide pact live, and we I got new software. We got a new connection. Nothing works. Nothing works. Twitch is shit. You guys are shit. And I don't want to be a part of yous anymore. Get out of my house. This light is so intense. What about that? Is that goofy? Is that too much? I'll tell you it is for my goddamn eyes. It's bad enough being in here alone, you know. Gives you a lot of time to think. I don't know what's happening anymore. Welcome to the Ask Me Anything show. We only would need to get that Surfshark VPN security. What do you do to protect the stream more? I actually have a Surfshark, but that's shit. Surfshark is good for like surfing when you're Googling sharks. Surfshark. Is it like the most budget VPN? You got to get on that Surfshark, playa. No, yeah, I forgot to pay my Surfshark bill. And I think it went really, really awry. Okay. I do some other things. I'm not going to like tell you what I'm doing because I don't want, there's a couple things I'm doing like that. If I tell you I'm doing them, it'll make it only works during Shark Week. Okay. They don't call it that anymore. It's called A Visit from Aunt Flo. It's what we call the period game. You boys know what I'm saying?
Smoke weed every day.
Got him. I don't know why I do my own sound effects with my mouth, and then I also have a soundboard. I go like, boom, 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 hot shit. Hot shit! And then I also play the sound. And it lets people know, like, wow, this guy does his own stunts. Like, that was probably a recording he played, but he probably did it himself. With his own mouth. He's real cool. He's real. I miss Fred. I can't get into it. I can't do it. Because there's too many fragile moving pieces right now. There's a lot of things happening in the world. And I'm also going to tell you this. Like, I've just, there's some things in my life, some circumstances, you know, that have led me to believe that my time on this earth is not long. And you can speculate on that and whatever you want. And by the way, Karen, I'll get back to you. You know, I was about to rant. This fucking idiot's like, you're too fragile to call it. It's like, okay, yeah. That's the problem with us. You know, get me my dental floss. I will floss his teeth and then hang him with it. Can you imagine what pound test dental floss would have to be to get around the goiter that man calls ahead? Okay, let's do it. I feel like I may have made a mistake. I don't make a lot of apologies and making things right, but maybe I will tonight. You know, maybe we start by getting a little drunk and the truth comes out. And I think there's no better way than to start with this one. Ty Rivera. Ty Rivera, I apologize to you. This afternoon, Ty I went on YouTube. I was Googling videos of your stand-up, and I was watching them. I was laughing at them with my wife Kathleen and our daughters Sasha and Malia. And we were laughing at how bad your material was, how new of a comic you felt like, And when we got done, I realized what I had done. We weren't even watching clips of you. We had looked up Dat Fan. So, how embarrassing. I feel like a total gimp. You know what I mean? So, apologies to you. I know now that you are not Dat Fan. People know who Dat Fan is. So, apologies to you. Yes, shots fired. And that is how we do that. Okay. Let's see here. Let me check the secrets inbox and see if we have any new stuff. Now, people are confused about the secrets. The hashtag secrets. Why we're posting secrets. I have to tell you this. And by the way, I'm trying to push people. I've definitely gotten away from giving a fuck about this podcast. But now I've come back in like a new owner of an amusement park. Okay? I just bought this place and it's rusted down and we've got to try to fix up and get it back on its feet. The truth is, got pretty burned out by it. Talking to you people, it gets annoying. It gets draining. Anyone ever seen the life drain from a person's body before? Is that me? Are you saying me? Because I feel like I have a renewed one. I'm nude now. But I think, I don't know where I was going with that, to tell you the truth. It's appreciated. I need something like this. Yeah, I just think you got to be real. I think, like, I started doing this podcasting shit in 2005, and enough of it already. And I think at some point, you become tired of it. You get burned out, and you have to move on. So, what do? You take a break. I just took a break, man. I couldn't. And I never tried to go too far from it. I would keep it, I'll do a show now and then. But for the past few years, man, I've just been burned out about it. I haven't want to come on here and talk to you people about stuff. Now you can't shut me up. I think I've talked, according to Twitch, I've done 28 hours in the past 30 days, which is a lot to talk on Twitch to idiots. And most of you are idiots. And collectively, you're definitely an idiot. Like, I don't care if a couple of you are smart, For every Moody, we have 13 Currans and branches cutting each other's hair in a corner. So, balance that out with what you will. And you know what? I also don't want to insult Curran and Branch, because God knows. Here, I'll put this in terms that I know that both of those can understand. Curran and Branch are like an egg wave or a waffle maker or a quesadilla iron. These guys are very specialized appliances that have 0 to 1 uses. They take up a lot of counter space. They're not very versatile. You can't. It's not like you can. You know, if your stove's not working, if your grill's not working, you can open up your waffle iron and fry some chicken breasts. You know, this is a dumb machine that does one thing and one thing only: waffles. And if you're not into waffles and you don't want a waffle, it's fucking useless to you. Couple of buttholes, if you ask me. Right. Understandable that you would feel that way. However, given the right task, given the right context, circumstance, you give one of these guys, you point them like a laser focus, send them on a trajectory, like an arrow. These guys are good. Like I can give Curran. The problem is Curran thinks he's better than he is. He is like a happy newborn puppy. He's running around like, oh my God, I got a million ideas. I watched him in the Twitch chat. We were having trouble earlier. This is why we're on Facebook. Fuck off. It's awful. But I watched him in the chit chat. You know, he's just clicking options. I watched him make it like subscribers only, emotes only, subscribers only, off, on, off, on. Like he's option happy. He's click happy. He's nuts with that shit. Make them cook. What kitchen appliance do you see yourself as? Me? Well, that's a fucking very good existential question. You know, you asking me this kind of stuff while I'm drinking is not fair. I don't think I'm an appliance. You know, I'm just a steady, solid stove. You know, I'm a broiler. I'm an oven. I'm a cast iron skillet. You mold me into what you want, what dreams may come. But, you know, most of the time you burn it and have to throw it away and order takeout. So it is what it is. And also, you don't know how to treat a cast iron skillet. Don't pretend to. How dare you own a cast iron skillet? Give them hell, Patrick. I don't like that kind of stuff. Please don't say that. You old rolling pin. Can skillets get hacked? It is weird. So somebody's trying to make it look like Josh Denny's the one hacking our stream. I don't think he's the one hacking our stream. I found some proof that someone's trying to make it look like him. But I don't think it's him. And whatever, you know. But I said it once. I said it again. I'll be here till I pass out. 30 hours. It's a marathon. Clock yourself in. We're doing it.
Smoke weed every day.
Just get high. Pour yourself a drink. I mixed a little Jim Beam with some Diet Coke here. Because... Okay. So we've got so many threads open here that I have to finish. Because I'm insulting Curran a lot, and I don't want... And Branch, somehow you got lumped in with it, and he doesn't deserve that. Branch is a functional man out of the two of them. But when you see the hashtag secrets, when you see the secrets, I'm collecting the secrets. These secrets are for me. So a lot of people come on the show, and then they're like, tell us the secrets. We want to know the secrets. That is a big drink. That's how I drink, baby. Oh, this one? This is pretty much pure alcohol. But we're in this now, you know? Somebody hacked my stream. Fuck the show. Now we're just... That's a big drunk. Yeah. Cheers to you and yours. And if it's your first time watching, I'd love for you to steal your parents. Oh, we're not on Twitch, so you can't subscribe. I always tell kids to steal their parents' credit cards. It's an old bit. And then somebody did that on Twitch and spent $20,000 on streamers. $20,000. This kid took their parents' credit card and gave it to streaming nerds You know, imagine paying Alex Ansel to watch him play Animal Crossing. I don't know why I do. I don't know why I'm slamming Alex. Alex just made Twitch affiliate. Congrats to him. Follow him. Y2 Kool-Aid. Gonna pour a scotch and hang for this fun. Well, you sound like a loser with nothing to do. And by the way, if you're watching this, you are a loser with nothing to do. That is not a bad thing. I applaud your brilliance, actually. I applaud your ability to realize that the people who are pretending to do something are fucking out of it. Nothing matters anymore. This world is collapsing. And let me tell you, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. I know we have people in the chat room. Don't validate me either. I don't like that. I don't like kiss asses and, sycophants and stuff. That's not my style. I'd rather you argue with me and challenge me. Patrick Lober, you sound like a dope. We'll ban you from the page if you type one more thing that disagrees with my attitude right now. It's 6 p.m. and I have a pint of wine next to me. Nothing matters. Yeah, I just I really have become super fatalistic about all of this. Like, don't get me wrong. I believe that in a year we'll have a vaccine for this virus, and that's all whatever, you know. This is temporary. But America, we're definitely handling it way worse than anybody else. I don't think it's as easy as other countries may think it is. You're starting to see other countries that kind of had it under control are starting to have relapses and problems. There's not really a way to do this reopening thing. I think that's what we're finding out. And I do want to put an end to the arguments about the being scared and the fear mongering. Like, whatever, dude. Like, you can go out, you can do what you want to do. I've been inside. I don't go anywhere except shopping, for stuff. Because America has a higher rate on nuts. Yeah. No, we're definitely like really, really not doing well about it. Don't get me wrong. But, I think it's not going to be as easy to eradicate as everybody thinks. But moreover, I think this has opened a door to a much bigger problem of society, which is, and I do think America is so much farther ahead than other countries that we're why it's manifesting here first, why we're seeing it. And it's not really like hard to see or a secret. I've said this for years about the woman who went and tried to shoot YouTube up because they took off her monetization on her account for her videos, so she couldn't earn money. It's like me. Like, imagine Twitch. Like, I can't connect to Twitch. I'm having trouble. So now we're on Facebook. It's like I'm losing money literally by not being able to be on Twitch right now, because Twitch has methods in place for me to get donations and bits and cheers and subscriptions, links to products to buy, and stuff like that. But if if that goes down, now you're fucking with my money, Twitch, and now I'm over on fucking Facebook. Melbourne had a second wave and shut the city down in 48 hours. It's not hard. Yeah, I know. I've got friends there. I've got friends in Sydney. I'm watching Kyle. You guys know Kyle Legacy. I'm watching this idiot, run around Sydney for his birthday, taking his pants off on the train. Nobody's wearing a mask over there, but then I hear that it's bad over there. They might have to shut it down. I'm hearing that Australia is having, but you guys have pretty much isolated your states now. Western Australia wants to fucking secede, become its own shit. Like, great, great. It's just like Sansa had a kid with Joe Jonas. It's over. Okay. I don't know what any of that means. I don't watch Gaze of Thrones. Just kidding. I love that kind of stuff. Keep me posted on who in the cast of Game of Thrones is having kids with whose. I see you more of a garburator. I don't know what that means. But, I just, I don't see a way. There are some things about this virus that are worthy of debate and discussion. There are other things that are scientific fact and absolute truth. And I can't, the people who are masks don't work, it's bullshit. It's I can't even. Masks work, but only the ones with ventilator hoses that cover your eyes and have a breathing, apparatus and don't open and expose to outside air. It's right. Only that's not what we're doing. We're not even doing masks, by the way. The things we're calling masks aren't masks. These are face coverings. I guess this is a mask, technically, but this is what somebody would wear in an operating room or something. And the point of this is just so a doctor is not coughing into a fucking open chest cavity while they operate. You know what I mean? This is so the dentist, while he's got your mouth open, drilling away at a cavity and sucking away at your saliva with Mr. Thirsty, doesn't happen to gleek into the back of your throat, because that may be unpleasant. Or cover your glasses with his spermatozoa. That's not possible, but it's a funny word to say. All this does is stop somebody from excreting tiny floating molecules of moisture that could contain the virus around a room. And nobody's saying, yeah, at the end of the day, a scarf's better. Yeah, this is all we're talking about is a face covering. Literally pulling your shirt up over your nose accomplishes what this accomplishes for the purposes of this virus. And to argue that putting something in front of your face stops you from coughing things into the world is bananas. So when someone's not even willing to meet you on reality's terms like that, I find it frustrating, but also it leaves you with no where to go. It's now where do we, you're being so intellectually dishonest in this conversation that I don't even know how we move to step 2. And there's just a million levels of that high rise of ignorance. The first floor is that people think they wear it if they're sick. And it's to protect other people. So that's the ground floor. And then you go up to those masks don't work. And then you have to explain to them why that works. And it's just we've built a world where there is no truth. Feelings matter. Things that I see and might make sense, no. We don't, there's no, people don't understand science anymore. People don't understand, causation versus correlation. People, they literally don't understand it. The fucking, all the maps of the 5G are the same where the outbreaks happened of the virus. It's oh, you mean population centers? Happens to be where they install cell phone towers and where there are mass outbreaks of virus, because that's where people are. Same way that, yes, of course there'll be more positive tests if we're doing more tests, duh. So do you not get fined if you don't have a mask in most of the U.S.? No, not at all. I just went down to Arizona. People not wearing masks. Like I said, I watched a guy bump a guy, then he took the mask off of the man, stomped it in the ground. I watched this happen. We're seeing cashiers get accosted physically. Like, it's just... So it's one thing to be ignorant as fuck, but it's another thing to, like, when has it ever been okay to just start beating someone in a store? You know? And these are the guys who, like, are the freedom riders, the Jesus bandits. You know, these guys are nuts. But you can't argue with people's feelings anymore. And it's everybody else's fault because we've come along and told everybody that their feelings are valid. Their truth is real. Their feelings matter. And we need to have empathy for those feelings and see it through your eyes, gain some more perspective. If we feel like you're wrong or we don't understand what you're going through, it's because we need to change. We're being myopic. It doesn't make, like, this is the world we've built. 10 out of 10 Kerns don't own a mask. They can refuse to wait on you. Yeah, that's true. But then you had the woman in the 7-Eleven the other day. She, like, goes in, they tell her to get a mask. She's like, fuck no, I'm a Republican. That's what she says. She goes, gets beer out of the cooler. Yeah, that's right, Australia. We have beer at 7-Eleven. It's why 7-Eleven was invented. You guys are just fucking going in there for Simpsons donuts and $30 cigarettes. She goes up to the counter. He won't ring her up because she's not wearing a mask. She says, fuck you, throws money on the counter and walks out with the beer. Now, what do? It's like, this is the same thing. It's like, yes, it is a rule. But, don't murder people is a rule and people still get murdered. You know what I mean? Everything Trump's ever done for the past 4 years, you idiot Democrats have sat on the side going like, can he do that while he does it? You know what I mean? Like, you're the police. Like, if he's not supposed to do that, you guys are the ones who have to, undo the handcuffs. This motherfucker will put, today he's talking about pushing the election back 2 or 3 years because of this. And you guys will be the one while he postpones the election to stand on the side going like, can he do that? Can he postpone the election? I guess we're just not having an election, but can he do that while he's doing it? You fucking dorks. The people who can't afford masks are ridiculous. They give these masks away everywhere. You can get a mask at any store. They'll happily give you a mask. So that's not it. I watched a lady in a Costco video the other day. She's like going in to cancel her membership and they won't help her unless she's wearing a mask. She's like, no, I'm canceling my membership because of the mask policy. It's like, right, well, you can do it online or you can leave. It's such a weird, selfish, narcissistic, fuck the greater good, It's a weird way to like not understand anything. Like, it really does. That one thing when you boil that down to like, I won't wear a mask, whatever the reason, it means that you're functionally as a person broken. And I don't care the reason you're not wearing it. As a person, you're broken because you have to get through several different arguments. You have to get through the, all the stores and places say I should. My government, local, state, municipality, health department is telling me I should. Other people are doing it. So it seems to be like something, like other people aren't walking around with, vacuum seals over their face and hazmat suits. Because it's, there's a risk reward thing here, The 6 foot thing, I hate to tell you guys, the 2 meter thing, that's made up. The virus isn't aware of that measurement, that border. You know why? Because they've gone like, 6 feet in 95% of cases is enough. And that's a good enough number. Because to get to 99%, to get to 100%, they probably have to make it 30 feet. And that's not practical. So they go, we can get it, 6 feet. And now 6 feet with a mask. Now we're at 98. Pretty good at slowing down and reducing the spread. But then you have one crazy person who won't put it on. And here's why it's even more dangerous than just one person. Because that's the kind of idiot who hangs around with other idiots. And these people all go do things. I talked about Lane Libra, who wants to come to Vegas and hang out with me. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. And he's like, come on, faggot. You come hang out. And it's like, right. Because that's his attitude and has been his attitude for the past 5 months. So I'm treating him like he has hepatitis A through N. But this guy explains how wearing a mask doesn't affect your breathing. Great. Great. I'm sure that's real valid. Yeah, there's a whole documentary out full of doctors telling you things. And then, there's other doctors saying that the things those doctors are saying aren't things that exist. So throw it all out. I don't even care. Here's the thing. I'm not saying Fauci is God and everything he says is ordained. He admits he doesn't know. His words get twisted and used against him. I know that he's served, for decade after decade, multiple administrations. Seems to know his shit. He had to face the AIDS epidemic. So, I feel like he's been there before and knows a thing or two about a thing or two. I don't think he thinks he knows everything. But I just am using my own common sense. If I can not get this thing, I'm going to try to not get it. And if that means not hanging out in Vegas doing cocaine with a guy who is clearly not taking this seriously and hasn't since the beginning, you're hanging out with you is like hanging out with 500 other people who think like you, which is like 10,000 regular people. Here's the thing. So, I don't have the answer. I don't know the solution, but I'm just being overly cautious. And I also know enough about this virus because I'm not retarded and I don't live under a rock to know that I may be a carrier of it. I may have it. I may be contagious. And then when I go into another store, there may be an elderly person or an immunocompromised person that I may transmit it to. And that person is somebody else's. So it's whether or not that's true or could happen. And it can. I just have enough respect for other people in the bigger picture of how a society functions to do that. And it doesn't make me a good person. I'm a piece of shit individually. If you pulled your mask down and talked to me for 5 minutes, I'd probably be all for infecting you. I don't want to get to know you. But as a random question mark, right now, you're worth me wearing a mask. I'm sure as a person, as an individual, you're atrocious. And people would line up to kill you on any given day of the month, year. I heard a cup of vinegar a day keeps the COVID away. Right. It's like I can't even begin a conversation with somebody who thinks that because of how dumb you are. So, you know what I mean? You're a human, not an animal like these crazies. But that's the problem is we have no plan. This city's doing this county's doing that, this state's doing that. A bar closes, a Disney World opens. What are we doing? Oh, bars have to close, but restaurants can be open. Well, guess what? Now bars serve potato chips. Well, no, potato chips don't count. It has to be a substantial meal. Well, guess what? Now bars serve cheese sandwiches. 1 slice of cheese in between 2 slices of bread for 1 cent, as long as you're drinking. Because that sandwich costs them 10, 20 cents. you know? And now they're selling a sandwich. So now they can stay open. And it's like, again, yes, this is like California had a problem where they were disproportionately suspending black students as opposed to white students. So what they did was kind of made a hush-hush, nod, nudge rule around the school district to not, kind of lighten up suspending the black kids. Now, this fixed the problem on paper. Now it looks like we're not suspending black kids at such an alarming rate. But did we correct any behavioral issues? Did we actually solve any problem? You know what I mean? Let's change the Washington Redskins. It's like that's what we should focus on right now. Oh, did you hear the MLB players got a new patch for their arms for their big games? It's like 1,000 people a day are dying. And I realize it's not a lot. And again, I fucking hate people. And believe me, we really could thin the herd out. And I don't know, there's no one super close to me that's been affected by this. Everyone I already know is already dead. So, kudos. Rick's had to temporarily close its doors. How are they doing? I don't want to talk about it. As you know, I'm not wearing my Rick's hat today. I'm very depressed about the whole thing. The Washington R's. What? Where's Johnny and Chef, you son of a... That's not a thing that exists. So, yeah, I just... you couple our complete inability to grasp reality. Like, I'm sorry, this thing doesn't give a fuck what you believe or feel. Like, it just doesn't. Like, so you can raise a flag and say, my body, my choice. That's a clever poster to hold up with a mask. It's weird. It's weird to intentionally, want to flaunt your right. Which, while it's a right, it doesn't really make it okay to harm another person. Like, you're just like, I can cough on you if I want. It's like, cool. Protesting is okay, though. No. Don't try to fucking twist that Fauci shit. This is the other thing, too. Like, there was a senator, some Republican senator grilling Fauci today. And he's like, he's like, well, sir, what is your advice for people in large groups? And he's like, I would avoid all large groups. I don't think people should be in large groups right now. And he's like, well, what about the protests and the Black Lives Matters? And he's like, well, if you feel like that's something you need to go do right now, I would say wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart from people if that's something you need to go do. I would say, though, don't be in large crowds, generally, as a rule of thumb. And then he's like, yeah, but what about Black Lives Matters? Why is it okay for them to go do Black Lives Matter protests, but they can't go vote? You want them to do mail-in vote? Well, mail-in vote's very practical. And again, if you don't have to go out in public and be around people, I would recommend in all cases not to do that. But what about protest? You said they should go. He's like, no, I didn't. I said I wouldn't do it for any reason. But if that's something you feel you need to do, here's the precautions you should. Yeah, but what about protest? It's that went back and forth 3 times. Nothing got accomplished or answered. But at the end of it, Fauci was exhausted and felt retarded for having to, go around that track more times than a NASCAR driver and explain himself while he kept getting paraphrased and manipulated his words. And then the Republican senator had this, smug look on his face when it was over. Like, got him. He couldn't answer that. He said we shouldn't do nothing, but he said that protests were good. Got him. Got him good. And it's like, So the one guy's walking away thinking he got him. And by the way, he's completely delusional. Like, you're only lying to yourself. And anybody who watched the exchange with a brain turned on knows that. So, like, what are we doing? What are we accomplishing? We're all just lying to ourselves. We're all feeling good about what we're saying and doing. Again, I watched one the other day where this fucking congressperson for almost 12 minutes goes off on the guy, this fucking president of Google in an inquisition about, small business people and how they're being taken advantage of. He goes off on him about how his campaign emails used to go in his dad's inbox, but now they get sent to spam. And he thinks it's because Google doesn't like him because he's Republican. And what has Google done to his campaign emails that are making him go to his dad's spam? So literally millions of dollars for this hearing. Jeff Zuckerberg, Tim Apple, all the big players in the game. The Amazon guy, Bezos, all these guys, taking time out of their day. And this guy's like, why is my dad not getting emails? And again, he gets to come away from that going like, got him. Told him they weren't emailing me and it didn't get on. Got him. And it's like, the people you represent didn't get anything out of that, Like, we're paying these guys like to represent it. So I just become, the more I watch this stuff, I just get, and again, I know the U.S. is way more fucked of a system than other countries, but you're delusional if you think it's not going to happen where you live. Ooh, sorry. You want to hear the rest of this show? Then join the NLO Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. $10 a month. You get access to bonus shows, bonus content, after shows, and more. Just like this one. If you were enjoying this show, we're sorry, but I'm cutting it off, pulling the plug. You're out of here. If you want to hear more and hear the rest of this show, join the Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. Support the show and get it all instantly. Access at your fingertips, the entire show archive, and much, much more. Thank you. We love you. And take care of your mom, especially during this COVID time of ours. You're all precious children. Never forget it.